And that's such a tough job to do, to limit a scorer like McKinney to that kind of efficiency. But Singapore Slingers is such a good defensive team, and they really know how to play defense, and they do their scouting really well.
Well, speaking of defense, Macau getting a stop in that very first possession. It might be too early to tell, but from the energy they brought out in that very first possession, making sure no passing lanes are easy, looks like they really are out to get a win here and to keep themselves alive in Season 9 of the ABL. Only 2 seconds on the shot clock. Kian puts it up. It's off. Alexander with a board.
Again, the Singapore Slingers were kind of really locking it down, limiting the options of the Macau Black Bears. And that's a good sign for Coach Neo Beng Sheng early in this game.
Singapore starting with Desmondo. Delvin Go with the basketball.
And Li Chong Tianzhang is known more for his offense. That's why he's in the starting lineup, and I'd like to see Delvin Go attack him more on this side of the court.
John Fields, you have to be very busy on defense when you're guarding him. He's a guy who can dominate inside, but you give him some space, he hits that kind of a jumper. 2-0, Singapore ahead. McKinney creates some separation. Spencer from outside. The Warwick getting started early.
Well, right there, I feel like Jaron Young did a good job on McKinney. He's such a good defensive player, and that's a fun matchup to watch.
A foul with that three from earlier. Fields carving out space. Out to Desmond. Oh, with the three.
That's going to be a problem for Macau Black Bears if they leave Desmond O and he starts making those shots, because those are the points that the Slingers are an advantage if they gain in this kind of situation.
And I think it also traces back to what you said about Singapore building up on that maybe 5 months, 6 months almost. And that's just the length of the season. Of course, they prepared for it maybe a couple more months before the season began. And now Fields understands that, oh, it's an option he can go to when he's being doubled or if that shot opens up.
Yeah, the key word there is trust. And if you save...
Their last game also performed very, very well for his team in that big win they got. He had 31 points and 9 rebounds, had 5 assists. But check that, 4 rebounds and 3 assists.
A nice layup there by Derek King, just taking the ball from the baseline, going straight at his defender, getting 2 points for the Black Bears.
Young could not get it that time. Rebound by Watkins. Spencer, he will be fouled. Now the rule is immediately.
And Desmond O, he's an aggressive defender. Sometimes he gets caught in those situations.
7-5 the score right now. Slingers on top. McKinney makes his move. Tian to King. They go down low to Watkins. This is a very interesting matchup. Watkins versus Fields. Ryan trying to get advantage. Fall away shot, no good. Fields with a rebound. Desmond O tries away from the three. And look at Singapore move that basketball very fluidly. But it kind of stops with Delvin Go, and I don't think Xavier Alexander was happy about that shot.
Yeah, but still all 5 players were able to touch the ball on that side. As here, Mike McKinney finally gets his first shot. I was about to say how well the Slingers were doing of keeping McKinney away from getting open situations, and he scores immediately.
But it even looked like he was looking to pass initially, and then at the very last second said to himself, okay, I'll just take this shot, and he gets 2 points. Desmond swinging it out. John Fields, baseline check in, no good. Watch out for Delvin Go and Chan. Some pushes there. The Warwick has advantage against Desmond though. Go ready to help. Chan Jong Chan open from outside. Maybe a step out of his comfort zone.
Desmond O, though, being assigned to the Warwick Spencer, that's going to be a heavy task for him, but this shows you how much Coach Neo trusts his defender.
What a play there for the Singapore Slingers, getting an easy lay-in for Xavier Alexander.
That was way too easy for the Macau Black Bears to allow. You just got to put a body on a guy that's running towards the zone like that.
That's the 3rd assist for Singapore. And a turnover this time.
A bit more difficult. They're forced into more difficult passes. On the other side here, the Slingers are just moving the ball around, getting it to where they want it.
Nice pass there for Alexander, feeding Fields for the jam.
just showing how fluid they are playing with each other. Just that tap pass, you barely have to look. He just knows where he is.
And he recognized that the help was coming. Soon, TK, it's gonna be the home of the World Cup.
Yeah, everyone's looking forward to that. It's just a great venue, such a great atmosphere. Glad that the ABL gets one of the first touches here.
Absolutely. 2 seconds left for MACAU. Turnover, Young picking the ball up. Bothered by McKinney, Alexander with an easy finish. And now the Singapore Slingers have assisted on their last 4 made field goals.
Yeah, that's been the difference so far. 5 assists for the Singapore Slingers. MACAU Black Bears only have 1.
McKinney to Watkins will try from deep. Ryan Watkins strokes it.
That might open up a few things, but still the MACAU Black Bears need to rotate the ball a bit better.
That's going to be Watkins doing a good job of just staying in front of his man. Take a look at this again, you know. You cannot turn the ball over against the Singapore Slingers because all 3 of their imports have the capacity to run the floor full length, and it's so difficult to stop them. Oh, gets the ball taken away from him. Spencer. Tian stopped on his tracks. To Mike McKinney getting creative. Dish out to Spencer, short on the triple. Another running start for Singapore. He sent it to the corner, Desmondo. To Jaron Young, straight away, no good. Ball bounces back to the hands of Alexander, and Fields muscles his way in.
Nice pass there by Alexander down just to get Fields in a good position for the power move.
Right now, John Fields dominating his matchup against Ryan Watkins. King attacking, carving out space for himself. McKinney leaving it for Spencer, but Warwick wasn't exactly ready for it.
In the long run, is their conditioning up to it? Because it's been a long season, and even though they're set up to play this way, they might get gassed out.
Alexander almost got it to fall. He's closing on 40 minutes a game, and perhaps that's also why he's become the leading scorer of the ABL in history, not just this season. McKinney gets clipped.
Just on a tear, anything he shot, any drive he made just seemed to went in. Just one of the better scoring stretches we've ever seen in the ABL.
Absolutely, but right now, you know, that's history as McKinney will need to find a way to keep his MACAU Black Bears alive. They force the miss. Mike picks the ball up. McKinney to Spencer. Warwick, high looping shot, it's good.
Tempo's starting to pick up, and MACAU's gotta love this speed right now.
That is the style of play. Young will miss. Alexander getting that board against everybody. And Liu Zihao, 19-14, the score right now. Singapore Slingers ahead. Liu finds an opening from the corner, no good. Watkins, the offensive rebound, flips it over, Fields and in.
It was a bit interesting from the Slingers. They're starting to put a little bit of a 1-2-2 press up to the half court. And that kind of opened up the space in the center, in the middle there, which Ryan Watkins got the ball and was able to punish the defense. He hasn't yet to score. It's a turnover. He's already missed a shot. But in this previous series against the Black Bears, he's done a pretty good job. Already has a 2010 game as well.
You have to love the aggressiveness right now, TK, of the MACAU Black Bears. They keep on attacking the inside. Not settling for outside shots, not really risking anything as their lives, their campaign on the line in this game. Lim, rejected there by 2 defenders. And
That's how you do it.
in situations like where the Black Bears are in, they just cannot take anything for granted. Watkins, another board for him. Leading rebounder of the season. McKinney posts back. He wants his one-on-one against Lim. That's the right thing to do, and it's what got the Black Bears back in this game. They only trail by 1. They can even take the lead in this possession. Liu missed his first 2 shots, now missed his first 3 shots from outside. Alexander to Han Bin, specialty of the house, bottom of the net.
And that's one guy on the Singapore Slingers you do not want to leave open. They're probably their best 3-point shooter right now, and Xavier Alexander just delivered a great pass in transition for the 3.
Well, even in his earlier years in the ABL, Han Bin has been known to be a shooter. The Warwick Spencer gets it right back.
And you can see the aggression in attack. Whoa. Quarter, we saw the MACAU Black Bears benefiting from how they were attacking the basket aggressively, and it's starting to open up more open threes like the one that Spencer hit to end in the quarter.
McKinney only with 4 points, but he does have 4 assists. And has only taken 1 attempt. A miss there for Liu. Singapore quickly to their side. Go coming off a very decent performance in game 1, trying to work against Liu. Delvin seems to be forcing his
themselves well on defense, just not letting the Slingers move around as they were doing earlier in the game, and it kind of left go there on an island with Liu, and he had to take that shot.
Inside pass to Watkins. Had 3
guys on him. You don't want to wear out your only big man on the court as well. He's got a lot to do, especially on defense.
McKinney stops, but set up, no good. Battle for the rebound. Observation CK in the first quarter.
Yeah, it's the defense of the Singapore Slingers that were doing well, even though they've faded out a little bit towards the second quarter. But still, that's their calling card. That's what they've been doing well. And if they can continue to just lock McKinney down, the MACAU Black Bears' chances of pulling out game 2 is not that high.
The Black Bears take the lead on that lefty lay-in by McKinney. Here come the Slingers. Spencer. Oh, he made the risk there of trying to slap that ball away. Alexander spun, got away, got the 2 points.
And that's a shot you can live with for the MACAU Black Bears. David Alexander is not really known for pulling up for jump shots, maybe setting it up, but that's something you can live with.
And Liu Zihao has been looking for that 3-pointer for quite some time now. It took him 5 attempts to get one in. Han Bin looking for a response, nothing there. Ball tap. Liu Zihao, all he had to do was put that shot in. And he did. 26-24, the lead for MACAU.
Job hedging by John Fields. He just quickly came out, rushed out on Mike McKinney, and it just forced him into a difficult pass to Ryan Watkins, ending up in the turnover. While Ryan Watkins, he gets a lot of his points off offensive rebounds and putbacks. He leads the league in offensive rebounds, actually. So that's the differences of how they get their games going, but 2 premier big guys who put up big numbers nonetheless.
Liu feeling it now. And I guess that's also where the confidence of the Black Bears lies in just taking all those 3-point shots. They have the best up in the league. Some time for the 2 players to just quit, just tangling each other up.
Well, in the end, basketball is a contact sport. You got to let the players tussle up a little bit. You don't want to stop them from trying.
So he's got to be careful. He doesn't. The last thing he wants to pick up right now is a technical foul. Maybe allow the momentum to swing towards the Singapore Slingers, because right now MACAU is still up. McKinney asking for that basketball, almost lost. Zigzagging McKinney out to Liu. Now it's Jennings Liu. High off the glass, couldn't get the layup.
Pretty good flow there by the MACAU Black Bears, though.
Alexander off the glass, no good. And that's going to be on a field, and that's why it's going to be MACAU basketball.
Yeah, and you've got to like what MACAU's doing on offense so far. They're moving the ball really well, penetrating, kicking out. That's going to create an open shot sooner than later.
What a crossover there for McKinney. And that
great coaching by Coach Neo, great coaching by assistant coach Michael Johnson as well, just how well prepared they are and how committed they are to what they want to run.
But defense there played by McKinney. Although the ball was recovered, MACAU asking for a foul on Young. And McKinney will be on the bench.
Yeah, the entire team, they've got to really cool their heads down a bit. The technical foul there on Ryan Watkins earlier. They're still in the lead in this game. They have to recognize that until that layup, but they still have to realize this is not a game that the Singapore Slingers are controlling. Just got to keep that in mind.
Or perhaps the Warwick Spencer will have to double up on his production right now with McKinney resting on the bench. Watkins It's going to be a injured list sharing their thoughts. 5.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Fields. Kick out to Desmond O. 3-ball is good.
And once again, Desmond O, if he starts making those shots, you're really in big trouble.
That's a 6-0 run for the Singapore Slingers. Spencer to Watkins. They gave him some space. Watkins misses though. Forward pass to Fields. John Fields off the glass, no good. Great defense there. 3 white shirts standing in the way of Fields.
Yeah, great hustle there by Jending Leung just to come back, put a body in the way of John Fields, because it's just that much that he takes to stop him from getting straight in for the jam.
Under 5 minutes to play. 7 on the shot clock of Macau. Watkins needs to make a decision here. Only a second remaining. Puts it up before it expired, but doesn't get the shot to fall in. Young, oh, good strip there.
The Singapore Slingers went on a 6-0 run, and that's just the kind of impact that McKinney brings on the field on both sides of the court.
That is very true, and here he is right now, Mike McKinney, looking to go to work. Watkins waking up for Sean.
That's a statement play there. Great pass by McKinney, but more importantly, great cut by Ryan Watkins.
But they leave this window open. Lucky break for Macau as he did not make that three-pointer. Han Bin will try his own from the other corner. He will not miss.
Great 1 and 2 play there by Xavier Alexander, just getting the pass. And Han Bin stepping back out to his spot from 3.
That's hurt. That's gotta hurt if you're Macau. You just make a big play that could wake the team up, and then you allow a three-pointer. He'll be responsible for the inbound, gets it to McKinney. Mike stopping, one-hander, doesn't go. McKinney fighting hard, extra aggressive.
And he's got to watch out. He's got to remember he has 3 fouls right now.
Oh, good strip there for Spencer. Han Bin takes a hold of it. He misses, and Young gets blocked from behind too. Getting extra physical. Young stands a couple of inches taller than McKinney. And Jaron Young getting that shot over McKinney.
Just adding more pain to McKinney, who's already struggling with the fouls and sticking a jumper.
Yeah, I think they know McKinney's frustrated and they want to use that for advantage. Finally, 2 points for Spencer here in the second quarter, breaking his silence. 3 minutes remaining. 5-point lead, Singapore. Top of the key 3, Han Bin comes up short.
The balls have been just bouncing away so far off the rim for the Singapore Slingers. Just makes it a lot more difficult for Macau to get those defensive boards.
Yeah, you're right. 50-50 balls favoring the Slingers. And even that time where they're
to communicate better. Just a tough break by the Macau Black Bears. Time and over again.
He was frustrated about an on-call, but he knows he just has to move on. 2.5 minutes, and you're really feeling playoff basketball here, DK. Not a single player allowing the other team any sort of advantage. And Warwick Spencer to Watkins, down low to Liu Zihao. He will take a three-pointer, will miss. Everyone jumping for the rebound, ball tap loose. Jaron Young collects it. Singapore looking to go on the run again. Defense of Macau ready to counter there. Let's see what the Slingers do. Alexander against King. The strip by the Black Bears. McKinney getting away with a crossover. The finish with the right hand.
Great anticipation defense by Ryan Watkins on the weak side. And once again, right there, a careless pass by Xavier Alexander.
That's been the case for a couple of the passes that Singapore has thrown. King could not tie the game up. But almost another steal there for Macau. Bodies on the floor. Advantage right now for Singapore. Jaron Young escaping with a spin.
What a move there by Jaron Young. And Liu Zihao, he's got to do better. He was standing there already. Just got to be more prepared for a guy like Jaren Young who's attacking the basket.
McKinney looking to slice the defense out to Watkins. Liu will take it again. He has been off with his outside shots.
You like your local players to be confident, but at sometimes when it's not dropping, you really got to find a better way to get your offense going, because it's certainly not his night today.
And it's an offensive Alexander.
Yeah, and the tides are starting to turn a little bit after that third foul by McKinney. Right now, Jaren Young and Alexander both with 2 fouls for the Singapore Slingers.
Watkins from outside. John gets sent back by Fields. 10 seconds now on the shot clock. Spencer looking to make his move against Desmond No. Chan Jong Chan fakes away Xavier Alexander, the extra pass to King, and they will run. And then Levine Raj.
These are quality experience seconds for the youngster Levine Raj, just stepping into this APL playoff atmosphere.
Alexander shoots over Leung, way short. And it's imperative for the Macau Black Bears to take a win here. Otherwise, the season ends for them.
And it just feels like a Slingers tempo game so far in this contest. None of the teams have really gotten their offensive going. The pace is real slow. The score, as you see, only 37 to 32. So this is really going towards the way of the men in red this game.
Let's see how Macau comes out of their huddle. Hustle there for Derek King. He gets the ball back, puts up a three-pointer, will not get it. Desmond being trapped here. And had the presence of mind.
Slide over to get that ball. Misses the three, unfortunately, for the Macau Black Bears.
What's the one thing they really need to correct here if they want to get back in the game?
They just really need to assert their offenses more clearly. Liu Zhihao taking 9 shots is probably not the way you want your offense to go. He leads the team in attempts. McKinney's only taken 5 shots. Dewarick Spencer took 6 shots in the first half, and you've got to credit some part of that to the Singapore Slingers, but Coach Wu Jin has got to figure out ways to get a top score going.
Well, it looks like McKinney is ready to take over here in the third. Gets 2 points off of that beautiful move. But a quick response. Jaren Young breaking down the defense of Macau.
Good pass there by Desmond from near the baseline, just into the paint. Just right position for Jaren Young to get an easy basket.
Spencer. Kick out pass. King. Fouled and 7 assists. That's just incredible.
Yeah, but as you mentioned, Derek King playing good defense, and now when you have that kind of assignment that's going, you gotta kind of get him going on offense as well to make most of his value of the time on the court.
Fields looking for teammates. The runner. Difficult shot there. Alexander, another rebound for him, muscles his way in. And if games could just go on longer, then Xavier would tell you he's still willing to play more. That's just the kind of guy he is. Nice pass from McKinney. This time, finishing with flair. 7.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. It's only a 3-point lead. Low scoring affair here in Foshan, China, favoring the Slingers. Alexander stopped there. Jan doing his job. Ball being tapped. Watkins says, let me get that. McKinney, quick explosion. The block from behind. Gets defensive rebound and the putback.
What a rebound there by Ryan Watkins, just tapping it once to himself, and that's why he's the leading offensive rebounder in this league.
Young trying to go to Alexander, guarded by King.
Is that the Slingers were going down to the paint to Xavier Alexander continuously, so Derek King was expecting a lot of contact on the bump and maybe retaliated a little bit too early.
Young getting creative, nothing there. Another stop for Macau. They can take a lead in this possession. Spencer trying to get it.
Even if Ryan Watkins got the ball there, it wouldn't have been an easy shot nonetheless.
6:40 left in the third. Alexander, goal. Now they're swinging it, ball with Young. Jaron trying to keep his dribble. Had to pass out to Kelvin Go. Desmond saving the day for Singapore.
That hurts once again for the MACAU Black Bears. They did a good job of stopping Jaron Young. Already had him on the floor, but the ball just went on to Desmond O, and another three-pointer for the veteran Cards.
That was a crazy sequence. How about this? McKinney couldn't put in the three. Young straight to the basket. Had bad. Young, however, missing on both free throws. Under 6 minutes missing on one free throw, rather. McKinney straight to the basket. He's got 12 points, along with the 4 fouls that he's trying to protect. Young starting the offense with him. Obi bothered by you. And look at how aggressive Singapore is trying to go to Jaron Young. Understanding McKinney has 4, but Young says, I don't care. I'm making this tough shot.
There's 2 players falling at him on defense, reaching out their hands. Doesn't matter anyways.
McKinney getting away. Has been frustrated. Well, he's sort of cooled down here in the third quarter, but he got that 4 foul.
Right now, the smart move by the defense to get McKinney on Desmond O instead. He's not going to have to contact players that much. And
gets the free throw there. You see how double team. Release pass. Spencer from way outside gets his own rebound. Stops by the free throw line and drops the J.
Lucky bounce there by the MACAU Black Bears. Just a long rebound. Able to add some more points, chipping into the lead.
4.5 minutes remaining in the third. Only a 2-point game here, favoring the Slingers. They go back down low to Young. He has been their focal point on offense here. It moves like that, and it has been bread and butter for Jaron Young.
That's got to be tough on Nathan Yu coming into this game midstream and just having to defend a guy like Jaron Young.
Hasn't been easy. Liu will take another 3. This time gets it to fall. Only his second make in 12 attempts.
Still just the confidence to keep on taking those shots.
John Fields, though, the long 2 there.
Instant reply by the Slingers, probably getting lulled by the constant attacking of Jaron Young. Fields left wide open.
Watkins couldn't get the jam. McKinney out of nowhere gets it to fall on the putback. Oh, Alexander carrying the entire MACAU defense to the basket. How about that quick attack of Singapore coming off that big bucket for McKinney?
Just trying to catch teams off guard here.
It has to be because of the tough defense that these 2 teams have played with. 3 minutes left in the third, only a 1-point lead enjoyed by the guys in red. They go back to Young. Oh, the step back. Jaron Young erased Liu Zihao.
If a guy like Mike McKinney or Nathan Yu is going to be shaken off by Jaron Young with those moves, a guy like Liu Zihao is not going to stand a chance.
Spencer to Liu. Here's the Warwick making his move. Stopping, involving his teammates. McKinney. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Fall away. McKinney, nothing there. 2 white shirts. Liu Zihao with a rebound. No. Watkins gets fouled by Han Bin.
Who knows, this is going to be grinded out in the fourth quarter. Taking the opportunity to kind of rest John Fields here in the final minutes of the third quarter.
And that's not a luxury that MACAU can enjoy with what you've been mentioning throughout this broadcast. That Watkins is practically their only big, and he had to come out after the defense was faked out with that pump fake rather, for Han Bin, eventually sinking a 3-pointer.
It was great patience there by Han Bin, was knowing recognizing what is his shot, what are his strengths, and it pays off with three.
Watkins trying to go to work. Wiped away Han Bin, but couldn't get the hook.
And Bin's gonna get warned there a bit for the floppy motion.
Good strip there for Watkins. McKinney pushing the basketball. Yu from the outside, nothing there.
Good setup there by the MACAU Black Bears. Getting Nathan Yu an open shot.
A minute and 10 remaining in the third quarter. Lim now to Young. Sharon will take it from outside. Will not get it to go. Spencer calmly taking the ball down. Under a minute left in the third. Asking for the horns play. But it's only Watkins coming up to set the screen. McKinney versus Lim. He's loving that matchup. Oh, down low to Watkins. Ryan Watkins! And he ties the game up. Let's see what the Singapore Slingers can come up with here. Hanbin down on the floor, almost a turnover. Alexander against Spencer, wayward attempt. Battle for the loose ball, Spencer down on it. A foul will be called. It's
those are just some tough stretches and the tough luck of the basket.
Watkins. Young now, backing down. Sharon Young couldn't get the bounce. Couple of seconds left. Alexander right in the nick of time.
Yeah, the Singapore Slingers, one thing they've been doing really well this game is shooting from long range. 6 of 16 might not seem like a lot, but by the standards of how the Slingers are shooting this season, they got 3 threes from Desmond O, and that's a benefit that they'll enjoy.
Watkins down on the floor, MACAU running, Liu Zihao loses it. Here we go, 20 seconds on the shot clock of MACAU. McKinney has it against Desmondo. Spins to the baseline, the step back, the jumper, wet.
That is just cold for a guy with quick feet and known for his defense like Desmondo. Just to shake him off so easily must be a bit of a shock for the Slingers.
How about that hop from...
And cleanly on his way into the basket.
You know, it's always tricky because there are moves that have been developed with what you see with him. He went up with the right foot and then landed on it too.
And these guys study these kind of calls and these kind of plays and know what to do and what you can do and what you can't do in these kind of situations.
1 point lead for Singapore. Alexander! The weights room work coming to life.
Bulldozing his way through the paint there. It doesn't look pretty the way he finishes it off, but he gets it done.
Spencer getting away using the left hand, rolls it in. You know, this game really getting physical. It usually happens on off-ball movements, off-ball plays.
Sharon Young there. Cold jumper staring down at Jenny Young on the way back down on defense.
Young is really steady, has been that throughout this entire tournament. Liu Zihao hitting it when it matters. Ties the game up at 66.
Keep shooting at that rate, I might have to take it back about how it's been a bad night for him.
Clearly,
he didn't contest it that much, and 2 big possessions on both sides of the floor for Liu Zihao right now.
McKinney, Watkins open. Timeout. There was still a discussion between John Fields and the officials on, well, there was that explanation on the foul listed on him earlier. Here's Alexander, blocked by Watkins. Second try, Desmondo from outside, no. Liu grabbing that rebound. MACAU off and running. McKinney to Liu from deep. No good, Jennings another board. Now McKinney will slow things down for the Black Bears.
Great play by the backcourt of the MACAU Black Bears here, just attacking aggressively.
Here's Liu. Also missing from outside. Couple of missed opportunities there for the Black Bears. Zihao in charge of guarding Young. Fields will take the mid-range J, too strong. But the rebound lands back in his hands. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Young will ask for help from Fields. Jaron, hand on his face, way off.
That didn't seem like a pretty good shot by Jaron Young. Just didn't even create enough space. Separation off the dribble and kind of forced into that shot.
Watkins the spin. Follow-away J from about 6 feet. That's good.
And the way the game has been played, a 3-point lead seems like a pretty big deal. With how both of the teams have been playing defense and how difficult it has been to score on the other side.
Singapore coming off a timeout. Can they produce some positives here? Young taking the pick from Han Bin. Han Bin, cross court to Desmano. A second remaining. Young open. No good. Spencer getting the rebound. And look at him save that possession, making sure no one gets to it, even though he lost his footing.
Good move by the Black Bears to kind of slow it down. As you mentioned, 3 points in this kind of tempo game is a pretty big deficit.
But Spencer misses the floater. Han Bin to tie the game up. No! McKinney with the rebound. It's going to be a big one for him.
Suddenly the Slingers look like they're losing control of their own offense, rushing into shots.
Spencer, another miss for him. With 19 points, 4 rebounds, and 12 assists. Young slicing. His pass deflected.
MACAU has defended Jaron Young because they were going to Jaron Young for their offense here in the second half and doing a better job.
And like you said earlier, low-scoring games aren't really MACAU's thing. But at least right now, they're doing enough to stay afloat, to stay on top. Alexander, the spin. He dropped for 2. Deficit down to 1. 69-68 in favor of the home team, MACAU. McKinney has been nursing 4 fouls since the 3rd period. Spencer trying to attack the baseline. Warwick release pass to Liu Zihao. To McKinney. Mike. No good. Would have been big. Singapore's turn. They can take advantage once again. Alexander getting the bounce, getting the lead.
Heavy roll there from Xavier Alexander. Just boasting a little bit about after knocking that shot, as he should. He's now in the lead.
McKinney misses on the floater. That's the 3rd good look that MACAU has missed in the 4th.
2 straight misses from McKinney as well. He's shooting 50%, but those are shots that he usually makes.
It was revenge for Coach Edu Torres and the Long Lions, and Hong Kong Eastern, because it was Ala Pilipinas who dropped them in Season 8 of the ABL. A miss, a crucial one for Liu Zihao. He hit a couple of big ones too here in the 4th quarter, but he can't afford mistakes anymore.
Right now the Slingers are on a 6-0 run, tying their biggest run in the game and looking to make it 8.
John Fields not getting it. Almost a tip in there. Did not work for Singapore. Spencer caught in no man's land. They kick out to Liu. Now it's McKinney. Bothered by Young. Mike McKinney trying to create some space. Watkins, free throw jumper is good.
Calmly knocking it down, and McKinney created that space there by drawing in so many defenders.
That's assist number 13 for Mike McKinney. Desmano picks his dribble up, had to pass out to Young. Alexander against Liu Zihao. Fields will take it. Almost there. Oh, rebound taken by McKinney. He's running. Young from deep. No! May have been a bit ambitious on that 3-pointer.
Still, that was an open shot. He had to take that.
Oh, what a block there for Liu Zihao. Saved what would have been easy 2 points for Singapore. Macau will reset their offense. 10 on the shot clock. McKinney making his move. Gets away. Gets the lefty lay-in. Flush the stare down.
Big bucket there by Mike McKinney getting him the lead. What a slashing move that was just to get in the paint. Throw some contact as well. Gets the team the lead.
It's winning time in Foshan, China. Under 2 minutes remaining. Young. Jumper is good.
Wow, ice cold jumper by Jaron Young. Right in the face, in the grill of Mike McKinney, just answering the favor on the other end.
19 points for Young. 21 for McKinney. He misses on that tough shot. Alexander T. Young. Good defense played there by Macau. The Black Bears hit the brakes. Spencer drops the three! Ryan Watkins trying to help his cause. Singapore down by 2. Alexander attacking, hanging, getting the 2017 finals of the ABL, Singapore versus Hong Kong in the semifinals of season 9. Spencer looking for teammates. McKinney comes out to get it. 10 on the 24.
That's where you want the ball to go to.
McKinney has the right, so magic, and Mike McKinney provides.
Mike being like Mike there with the layup up and under.
Half a minute remaining. 10 on the 24 for Singapore. They want it with
That as well.
you can't go wrong. McKinney with 23 points, Spencer with 20, Ryan Watkins with 20 as well. Ball starts with Spencer. Being bothered by Young. Less than 2 second separation between the shot clock and game clock. McKinney gets a hold of that basketball. Asks Watkins to step back. McKinney making his attack now. McKinney gets it in! Magic Mike!
I think that they could go at a lob attempt right now.
Interesting, it's Alexander with the inbound. Young for the win!